So in a few seconds, we should be live. Setting up your meeting for Facebook Live, okay?
Yeah, because I have it here. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Excellent. All right, so I believe that we are live now. Pleasant good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all my Facebook friends and family members all across the globe. This is your friend Clifton David Ryan coming to you live once again from Trinidad and Tobago, guys. And today I have a very, very special individual with me today. And I am very much excited about today. Now, yesterday, you guys would have seen that I was making attempts to actually have him come on and introduce himself and whatnot. And we had some issues with that yesterday. However, we are on now, and we've tested the system and it's working perfectly fine. Let me just see here, right? I'm seeing some love hearts. That's my wife. I'm seeing we have about 10 persons on the live already. Excellent, excellent. So welcome, 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 every single one of you. And I know you are looking at the title of the live and wondering, you know, what is he going to say today? Well, guys, I'm not going to say anything really today, but what I'm going to do is introduce someone who I had the privilege to meet back in 2014. I believe it would have been Mr. Don Lafoucade, guys. And you guys are going to enjoy what he's going to share with us over the next few minutes. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about Don Lafoucade before he actually begins speaking this morning. Don has been delivering inspirational talks for over 20 years right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Inspirational talks. Don has been doing several workshops, different initiatives that he would have launched. Don, in the last 5 years, I believe it is, Don could correct me if I'm wrong when he comes on, has done approximately 400 secondary school visits with a Republic Bank sponsored drive, really helping and coaching and mentoring the young people of our nation. And I'm really privileged, guys. I count myself blessed to have Don Lafoucade on this live with me this morning. It's the very first time that I've actually invited someone else on the live to share. Normally, you know, for the last 60 Mondays, you would have heard from me. But I know sometimes people get tired of hearing one voice. So I'm very blessed, I'm happy, I'm privileged, I'm excited to introduce to you. This guy's the top motivational speaker in this country. He mightn't say so himself, but I say so. All right, but I want to introduce to you my friend and brother, Mr. Don Lafoucade. Guys, Don, it's over to you.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Glad to be on CDR Inspiration. You know, I just like the name because I'm really and truly, people ask me, I'm just a willing, inspired vessel. That's all I am. You know, I don't get caught up. I give a lot of trouble to give my bio because people get caught up in their bios. I'm really inspired by God to do what I do, and I enjoy doing it. This morning, I want to share a little bit, a lesson called If Life Gives You a Lemon. Again, if life gives you a lemon. And I could hear a lot of people going one time and saying, if life gives you a lemon, make lemonade. But I want to share with you that I want to change that a little bit. You know, not necessarily take out the make lemonade part, but I want to include something. So from today, and I know this is going to be new to a lot of you, if life gives you a lemon, you cut the lemon in half, you plant the seeds, and then you make lemonade. So let me say again, if life gives you a lemon, you cut the lemon in half, you plant the seeds, and you make lemonade. Now, they do call me the word guy. They do call me the eagle guy, which is a staple of my presentations. I love the eagle. The eagle is all about surviving in a storm and prices above the storm. this time that we're in, there is a storm. So let's there. Hello, this is a storm. This is a big, 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 big storm. So I'll tell you very, very quickly. We cut the seeds, the lemon, and we plant the seeds. Now I'm going to use the word seeds. Hear me correctly. I'm going to use the word seeds as part of my presentation because it's very important we get to those seeds that is inside of the lemon before we make lemonade. So, Clifton, are you with me? You hear me good? How are we going
Yes,
so
loud
far?
and clear, loud and
So,
clear.
Clifton, you're going to help me a little bit. I want you to participate. If you could spell the word seeds for me. Seeds for me.
S-E-E-D-S.
Okay, and
Seeds.
I'm taking the last S in the word seeds, and I want to tell everyone that you can survive. Through this, there's a lot happening, and I want to take the last S in the word seeds is the word survive. And as I've been saying over the last couple of days, we can survive this virus. I mean, yes, sadly, we're losing some lives, but we can survive this virus. If you look at the word survive, in the word survive, you have the word virus going forward. What interrupts the word virus is the V, a V and a E, which means we can have everyone can have a victory in the end. So it's very important that we can have a victory. How we come out of this is not what happens to us, but what we choose to do about it. Again, I'll say to you, it's not what happens to us, but what we choose to do about it. So I took out
Yes.
the S in the seeds so we could survive at the end of it. But I want to tell you the first part is the seed. And the seed is really where we see that there's a destination that we're going for. It's very important. We need to see that there's a destination we have to arrive at. And very important for you, the position of the seed when it is being planted doesn't really matter. Our position really is as a result of our disposition. Let me say again, our position is as a result of our disposition. So when you're putting a seed in the ground, you don't have to put it upright or put it, you just put the seed in the ground and you have to cover it up. Right now, I'll tell you what that seed is. That seed is actually the lemon itself. This lemon, if life gives you a lemon, I'll start with the L very quickly. There's some lessons we have to learn out of this. So the L in the lemon are the lessons we have to learn. And life gives us lessons. Life is different from school. School, you get a lesson, then a test. Life gives us a test, and then we get the lessons. I hope all the lessons we can learn out of this, we are learning it. I want to come to the E in the lemon, and that is the experience. And please hear me, I guess some of you are going to enjoy this. Every experience is meant for the next experience. I've learned that by my experience. Not sure what is your experience, but you need to experience it to have the experience of it. So some experiences are not always pleasant, but every experience is meant for the next experience. And once we get the lesson, once we use the experience properly, then we go on to the M, and that M is for movement. We have to decide where we're going. We can't go back, and we shouldn't look down. You know, we have a choice to either go up and then go forward. Now, for me personally, based on my faith, I believe in going up before I go forward. I believe in acknowledging before I try to step. So it's very important in acknowledging. So we're not going to look back. Let's not look back. A lot of people are caught up in their yesterdays. Please don't get caught up in your yesterday. Hello, don't get caught up in your yesterday. We have our eyes forward, which means we have to go forward. We have to go forward and we have to go up. Who already knows? Up already knows what is coming. And up starts with U. Hear me? Up is UP. Up is a combination of U and P, and it starts with you. You have to determine that you're going to go forward to your purpose. That's what up is all about. And there's purpose in this. There's purpose in this. I see Clifton smiling, but there's purpose inside of this. And I'll move on very quickly. So with our movement, we're going on to the O. So remember, Clifton, we're doing the lemon. So we have the lessons, we have the experience, we have movement, and the O, which means there are opportunities. And guess what? In every crisis, there are opportunities in the middle of the crisis. That's Einstein. So there are opportunities in this. I mean, I have the opportunity now to go online, which I probably didn't make use of before. I did a lot of live presentations, but guess what? Very quickly, in a couple hours, I have to go live. I have to do something. So let's look for the opportunities. You know, one man sees the donut and the other one sees the hole. Let me tell you, no, go back to the donut, and that's the O, where the opportunities are. So we're going to make use of the opportunities. Now, I'm going to be very, very slow. I want to get to the N in the lemon. Please hear me carefully. I want you to get to the N in the lemon. The N, a capital N, because these are big ones. We have to go capital. A capital N is really two V's. See it in your mind, see it on paper. A capital N is really two V's. And that's where we have two victories. So
Yes.
two victories are very important. See, this is not for just ourselves. We are going through this to be stronger. We have little ones looking on. I mentor quite a few young people. They are looking on, and you're looking on. So there are victories in this, and we're going to get, and the victories comes back to the lesson. So I've just done the lemon there. And for somebody who might wonder, oh, this letters look so nice. If you take an N and you turn it clockwise, it becomes a Z. So which means we already covered to the N. I hope that helps somebody. No crisis lasts forever. Hear me again. No crisis lasts forever. First of all, we're going to get through this. We're going to survive. And then another point in time, we'll talk about how it is we thrive. Because we're not just here just to survive. We are here to thrive. Okay? And having the right perspective is what it's all about. So I trust through that little nugget there. You could look at the word survive. You see virus. You see an extra V and an E, which means we can have the victory in the N. And the lemon, we have to plant the seeds. And it's how we see. We have to see the lessons, get the experience, move forward confidently. We can go up with faith, not fear. With faith, we're going to go up, move forward, get to new opportunities, and then we have two victories in the end, a victory for us and for somebody else.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome, Don. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing that with us. And I love that whole new perspective also. I mean, it's really good if life gives you a lemon, you make juice, lemon juice. But I've never heard that before, that you should actually plant those seeds first. Cut that lemon in half, plant the seeds first. Then you always have lemons.
Ah!
So people normally take when you think of a lemon, you hear people sometimes say you're a lemon or what? And in that sense, it's speaking of a lemon as something bad. But we understand that a lemon is actually something that is very good. And if you plant the seeds from that lemon that you have, then you always have lemons. I really appreciate that, Don, and appreciate you jumping on this morning. It's the very first time, Don, that I've actually invited someone else onto my live. This is my 61st live that I've done consecutively for the last 61 Mondays. And I feel blessed to have you on this morning. The very first time that I've invited a guest speaker, and it happens to be Don Lafuka, the top inspirational speaker in the country, and I really appreciate that, Don. And I want to ask you a question, though, and I believe maybe the audience might appreciate hearing from you. Where did this journey begin for you, doing inspirational talks, being a motivational speaker, wanting to make an impact? Where did this begin for you?
Yeah, well, in 1999, I did my first graduation. And the graduation address, feature address. I mean, since then, I think I'm very close to 200 of those kinds of addresses, achievement day or graduation day, and that's specifically at primary or secondary school. I've done a lot more talks other than that. But for me, I've been doing this all my life. I always had that urge inside of me wanting to encourage people. A lot of people, and all of us have a story, right? A lot of people get bitter because of their story, and I decided that I'll get better because better comes before bitter, at least in the dictionary. So I should try to get better, in spite of what happens to me. And stuff happens to all of us. It's not what happens, but what we choose to do about what happens. For example, what is really a trial? If you change it around, a trial is supposed to make a trail for others to follow. So again, a trial is supposed to make a trail for others to follow. It's not what happens to us, but what we choose to do about it. So I say it this way: you intended to get better, but something happened that made you feel bitter. But guess what? You have to still have that joy and let it go on and spread like butter. So you could still go on. You know, you're going to find a way in spite of it all to look at it. They call me the eternal optimist. And as we talk about the seed, Clifton, as we talk about this seed, you know, we have to plant the seed. And somebody, this is a nugget for somebody for life. If we have to plant the seed, you can't plant without having a plan to get across. That's the word. That's the word plant. You must have a plan. The T at the end is to get across. I want somebody to hear me. You must have a plan to get across. And that's what this is about. So in this time is a wonderful time to plan. There's so much planning. All this time we have to be at home if you're not part of the essential services. And I know it's the same way around the world. Let's do some planning. Let's do some visioning. Don't let the only time you see the word vision is when it ends up in the word division. Division is what got us here. We are so divided. Now we have to be so connected, even being isolated. So that's a bit complicated for some people there. We have the social distance, but we now have to communicate and try to get back to where we can. I mean, we are social beings. And sadly, this has brought us to a place where we have to be social beings now through the computer, but we can still communicate.
Yes.
So it's very important to have a plan, must have a plan. And I hope that somebody is listening to me and you'll sit down and you just start with some plans. You have short, medium, and long-term goals, but a goal says go. It means you're going somewhere. You're going somewhere. You have to go somewhere. And that goals, you have the ability, the ALS, you have the ability to learn that you could be a success. That's when your goals actually come together. If other people can achieve, so can you. Are you hearing me, somebody?
Excellent.
Right now, and you know, Clifton, I've never said this one before, but we're on a Zoom. Agreed?
Yes.
And Zoom, I like how you spelled just now. So could you just spell Zoom for me again? I want to do something with the word Zoom.
Z-O-O-M.
Right. So guess what? We start like if we're thinking we're behind with that Z, because Z is the last letter of the alphabet. But we think that we last, but we have two O's. So it's either an obstacle or an opportunity. It's an obstacle or an opportunity. And guess what? We have an M. That M means there's a mission we have to go on to accomplish. I just use Zoom there. Okay? So we may start off thinking that we're last, but we have a choice to look at it. The O's are like two eyes. Either it's through an opportunistic eyes, or we think it's an obstacle. I want to tell you, there's an opportunity for a lot of people now, even for some to get an income through this. You know, I can't make any live talks again, but then I have to go online and, you know, see how that goes and take it from there. Because I have a mission. I'm zooming in to my purpose. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm zooming into my purpose. You know, that's what I'm doing.
Guys, you have to love Don LaFourcade. And if you appreciate and if you're getting any value from this Zoom, this live this morning, guys, I want you to drop some love hearts there. Just pong on that love heart button for me, guys, and type value in the comments. So I know that you're appreciating the value that you're getting from Mr. LaFourcade this morning. Don, you mentioned concerning goals a little while ago, and in reading your bio now, guys, I cannot read out Don's entire bio for you. It's way too long, and Don doesn't even really like people to talk about him too much, you know. But you know, I believe you need to edify and help people to understand, you know, who is this individual that we have on this live here this morning. But Don, when I was reading your bio, there was an initiative that you had called Ready, Set, Goals.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. As you mentioned goals, it just clicked back. I just remembered that. And if you could just talk just a little bit about what that was about, and you know the purpose of it and the fruits that you know came out of it. You know, share something with us concerning that, please.
Yeah, well, interestingly, I have been touring secondary schools sponsored by Republic Bank for the last 7 years. Every year the tour has a new name, and this particular tour that I was on, that was interrupted because of the coronavirus. This particular tour is called Ready, Set, Goals. And what I came across is that a lot of young people, right? A lot of young people don't necessarily understand that there's a goal, that they came in secondary school. And I use the word goals as you would expect. I
Yes.
use the word goals. And the first thing they have to remember is when they enter, at some point they have to leave. And the first part of goals is to graduate. So they have to be able to graduate, already set goals. We started this here, at least from first form to fifth form, to be able to graduate. The O in goals means that they have to be outstanding. And I'll continue. Outstanding in their academics, and they need to learn that they can have a success. Now, goals for me in a corporate setting has a different meaning. And goals, and I'm saying this one very slowly, is gaining outstanding and lasting success. That's
Wow.
what our goals should be. Gaining outstanding and lasting success. Too many people begin and they don't have the end in mind. So they keep going back because you keep going back to where you started from. No, we are created to go forward, ready, set, and that race is off. And you're in your lane. The race is not for the swiftest, but for those who can endure. Again, the race is not for the swiftest, but for those who can endure. And as I tell the youngsters, I'm not asking anybody to come first in tests or to come first in the race. I'm asking you to do your best, which can be first for me, which is
Okay.
more important. So once you do
Yes.
your best, that's what I'm interested in. It's not necessarily about, you have to win the race. No, but here's how you win the race. But when you do your best, and it's your race, you can't run
Yes.
in somebody else's lane. You can't run in somebody else. You have to stay in your lane and you have to remain focused. And I want to say, Clifton, you spelled twice for me before. If it's okay, can you
I
just
can
spell
spell
the
a
word?
third time. That's
You can spell
yeah.
it third
I can
time. And
spell it.
this is going to be
Yeah, that's
very important, particularly for this time. We're going to spell the word focus. Could you spell the word focus for me, please?
focus. I'll try. FOCUS.
Right.
Focus.
And you have to participate with this one. What's the third letter in the word focus?
C.
And a C is a you looking forward. I just tell you that a C is a
Wow.
you looking forward. What comes
Yes.
before the C? What two letters comes before the C?
FO.
And FO backwards is of. So when we focus, we get to see what is of us. That's when things line up. It may start off
Wow.
looking backwards. But hello, we have to see that we can go, we have to focus. That's why the S at
Yes,
the end
sir.
is success. And you, whichever you is listening, whichever you is there, whichever person is listening there, you can have the success. We have to be very focused in this time. We have to not look, yes, the virus is there. We have to take all the precautions, listen to the authorities, but we have to remain focused. No crisis, as I said before, lasts forever. This is going to come, you're going to come out of it, but our
Yes.
perspectives have to come out of it better and sharper. We have to be more aware of other people, right? We have to be more aware that we have a mission. We have to be aware that we have a goal and we don't have to forever to achieve it. So ready, set, goals. I'm going. I hope you're on your way too. And I'm taking this trial to make a trail for others to follow,
Excellent.
right? And in that trail, there's a rail. Nobody wants to hold on to a rail that's shaky. So I had a plan to get across from the beginning where others are able to learn in the end. I leave that for you.
Wow. 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 Guys, listen. You just have to love this guy. I am privileged to know personally Mr. Don Lafoucault, guys, and I've learned quite a lot from him already. And well, we learning technology together right now, actually.
Definitely, definitely. We're all
I believe
learning.
there's so much more that we could learn and we could do together. And my whole thing is this, guys. Through this situation, for me, I believe God placed me on the earth to impact lives and to effect positive change in people. That's what I'm here for. And I know people are weary, people are stressed, people are bothered so much by what is happening. And I don't want you to be in that state. I'm not in that state. Don is not in that state. He said they call him eternally optimistic. We want to add value to your life. That's all we want to do. That's what we want to do. And when I shared with Don what I was doing and asked him if he'd like to be a part of that, Don said, "Man, if you're ready in the next couple of minutes, I'm coming on live with you. I'm ready." And that's what I appreciate appreciate about Don, you know, and every time I would tell him thanks for something, he would say, no, don't worry about it, man. Thank God I'm just a willing vessel, you know. And I really appreciate that about Don, guys. So all we wanted to do is add some value to you this morning. Thank you guys for jumping on the 61st episode of CDR Inspiration. And I want to, again, if you got value from this live, guys, just type value in the comments. Start a watch party with this live so that somebody else could be ministered to, they could be blessed, they could be inspired, they could be motivated, they could know that there is hope, they could know that even though they feel like if life served them a lemon at this time, they could cut that lemon in half, they could plant the seeds, and then they can make lemon juice. All right, guys? And if any one of you do it, you know, give me a call as soon as this lockdown, partial lockdown over, you know, put my lemon juice in the deep freeze to freeze for me, you know, and as soon as this passes away, you know, I'll come by, see you, and drink some lemon juice with you, all right? So, so thanks very much once again, Don. Any final words before, well, final words on the Zoom before we leave? And I like how you did that word Zoom also.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
You know, you know, what was very important is to understand that we have to be in full flight. And Full Flight is the name of the company, and it was the name of my first book, and is the name of my inspirational company. And I'm giving you one last chance, right? One last chance to do the word flight for me. Could you spell the word flight?
Yes, F-L-I-G-H-T.
So I'll tell you this. So we're supposed to be in full flight. If you take the L out of the word flight, what are we left with?
Fight.
So guess what? We have to be willing to learn at all times in life. That's how we take flight like the eagle. That's how we soar in full flight. So some creep, some crawl, some walk, some run. Yes, the discussion involves some fun, but much to my delight, everyone listening to CDR Inspiration right now is like the eagle in full flight.
Wow. Thank you very much, Don. I appreciate you highly, man. I believe you added a lot of value today. And I trust that the ones listening today, there is something that was said today that would have added some bit of value to you, something that you could hold on to through this period of time that you're experiencing, that the world is experiencing, that will let you know that there is hope. Yeah, there are better days to come. All right, guys. So I love every single one of you. I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time to be on CDR Inspiration today. Click that link, copy it, paste it to your friends, share it in groups, start a watch party with it that everybody could see this on social media, on Facebook, and they could benefit from what was shared today once again. And one thing from that bio is so long, guys. I've done, I really could not read out that whole bio or say everything from that bio for you guys. But Don just mentioned his company In Full Flight and his first book In Full Flight. But Don actually has written already three books that were completely sold out. And he leaves them as collector's items. He says he's not printing any more of them. So I think you'll have to probably try to find somebody who has one or something. I don't know what Don is going to do about that. But Don is actually writing his fourth book right now, guys. He's on his fourth book. Yeah. So, I mean, he's just a great inspiration. And I believe that, you know, he's going to do so much more. I was telling him, I said, Don, your bio is so long, but I believe it's going to increase in length. It's going to get longer, you know, because there's so much more to do. Once your eyes are open, you're breathing, you know, there is so much more to do. So thanks once again, guys. Thank you very much, Don. I appreciate you on such short notice.
Pleasure, man. Just a willing, inspired vessel.
A willing, inspired vessel. Excellent. Yes, thank you very much, Don. And guys, love you all once again. Thanks for jumping on CDR Inspiration this morning. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week, Monday morning, for the 62nd episode of CDR Inspiration. Have a great day, guys. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.